Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video. This one's a bit of a different one in the sense that I'm just going to kind of keep you guys up to date with what has been going on. As you can probably tell, for those that are regulars on the channel, there were no videos over the weekend. Well, there is a good reason for that, and of course, it's because I'm having to self-isolate. Now, what's happened is I've come into contact with somebody that was COVID positive through work, and as a result I've had to stay at home for about a week. Now, I did upload the videos and everything, and I am doing alright, well, as good as can be. I'm not really used to being at home for this length of time. I'm always on the go, and yeah, it's kind of getting to me in the sense of, I don't know, it's like when you're in the mood, when you're caught up doing stuff and you are on a track, you're just focusing on the next task or completing the task that you are on, or at least that's the way I work. So I like to focus on what I'm doing, getting that done, so I can then move on to the next task. And normally when I do work and also make YouTube videos, I'm always on the go. Now, I've had about a week to myself, and it's difficult. It's kind of almost like depression, but it's not really depression. And I just decided to take the 2 days off and just kind of chill and watch loads of TV and stuff like that. I wouldn't call it necessarily depression, but not far from it. Similar types of feelings, if that makes sense. I have been depressed, so I know what it's like, but it was not fun. It's not something I like doing. I like being active. I like doing stuff. I like having things to do, and not being able to go out or be on the go is difficult to deal with, if I'm honest. I haven't had to deal with this even in the first lockdown, simply because I was or am a key worker, and so therefore I continued working. So this was my first experience. I can only imagine what 3 months of this could have felt like. Personally, I'm happy being busy and having a lot of things to do, which was completely the opposite this time around. Now, I did make some videos, but the weekend I just decided, you know, I'll just get my blanket out, watch some TV, just take a break. Just actually take this time to try and take a break, try and straighten my head out. I'm back in the game. I still have another week of self-isolation that I have to be in, and we're going to continue with the normal shows. Of course, that also impacts on the plans that I had. I had a couple of things planned for this week. Unfortunately, I'm about to put those off. I think the worst one was not being able to go shopping. As much as I hate shopping, especially food shopping, I found myself having to do an online shop and then order at home and all that, and not being able to do that, I guess, as much as I hate it, it felt really weird. Yeah, I did not like it one bit. I much prefer being in the shop. As much as I hate being in the supermarket, I much prefer being there, being able to choose my own items and foods and stuff and put it in the trolley, depending on what they have in stock. I guess when you do that online, they kind of do that for you, and they do substitute and stuff like that, which, I mean, it is what it is. You know, you still need the item. It's just not what you wanted. You didn't have a lot of control. I guess I'm a control freak. That's pretty much what it is. But I am alright. Whilst I don't really have any COVID symptoms as such, I did manage to somehow catch a cold. I know it's a cold because my nose is blocked, and that's not really a COVID symptom, as far as I know. Anyways, so that's pretty much it. That's all I've endured. Apart from that, just boredom. Just, you know, I think one of the things I did do this whole week was watch loads of car shows. Now, of course, going on the topic of cars, I have also had time to look and kind of plan with regards to the car that I bought recently, and decide kind of what I want to do with it. I've got a very a vast picture of where I'm going with it. Of course, for those that you don't know, I bought a new car as a result of flooding my old car, and I decided to turn this into a bit of a project car. This is just something to keep myself busy with, and I've always wanted to do something like this, so I just thought, you know, this is a good time to do it. It's my own car, you know, I paid for it in full. I can pretty much throw a brick through the window if I want to, It's not owned by any bank or anything. It's actually my own car. So I thought, you know, I'm going to put my own little seal on it and make it mine in the true sense of the word. So it's going to be customized. I'm going to start off with the interior because that is the bit that I see the most, but obviously you also need to take it to the garage. I do want the mechanic to look at it and obviously give it a full-on service, and I do mean a full-on service, which has had to be postponed because of this. I mean, I don't know if I have COVID, possibly have it, possibly don't. If I may be a symptomatic case where you don't have symptoms, but I don't want to put anybody at risk, so I've had to postpone that for 2 weeks from now, I guess. And yeah, it's, you know, I would have liked to have had that done, but unfortunately it is what it is. We do live in difficult times, and I do hope that you guys are okay, dealing with it okay. It is really hard being at home, I can tell you that. I always knew it was hard being at home, just never really realized how difficult it is until I've had to be at home. So yeah, not fun. I mean, there's only so many things you can do in the house before you decide to get bored. Luckily with me, I do have YouTube to keep me busy. To be fairly honest, I've even not been in the mood for playing games, which is really weird. It's really unlike me. I normally drink loads of coffee. I've actually gone down with the coffee and decided to drink teas instead. It's just, yeah, those that know me, that is very unusual. So definitely been going through some interesting times from my perspective. I'm not going to let it keep me down too long anyway. We're going to continue with the shows. I'm going to do the standard Conan stuff. I have been watching some Ark stuff, waiting on Genesis Part 2. And of course, I will be doing Cyberpunk 2077. I think that is a game that I'm actually looking forward to. So I am going to pre-order it probably today. It's going to be a Steam pre-order. And I think the other thing that I did have time to do, which otherwise I wouldn't have had time for, is to actually look through my older videos, see how they're doing. And I was actually surprised to see how well some of the videos I've been doing. So much so that, you know, I did do some cinematics, some movies for some games that I played, which comprised of basically all the cutscenes rolled into one to make a movie, and they are starting to do a bit better. Also, like, I was looking through my art guides, yeah, those were the ones, with regards to taming dinosaurs, and I noticed that they started doing quite well, so that's nice to see. I mean, normally I'm so busy that I don't really get a chance to have a look and reflect, if you will, on my older videos to see what they've done well. It's just a case of looking ahead and just pushing forward, and that's pretty much all I get time to do. And it's been nice to have that time. I guess I had too much time on my hands to do that, to be fairly honest, which was okay, but I suppose equally speaking, if I didn't have that, I'd just be pushing forward. And I kind of missed that. I missed the idea of being active, whereas just being sat in the house for a week now, so this is the first week, I still have another week to go, it's just not fun. And I can only imagine what it must feel like for people that have had to do this for a month or even longer than that. I know people that have had to self-isolate for much longer, and I can only imagine how depressing that can be. So that was pretty much it from me. I mean, this was just more of an update type of video, just to kind of let you guys know what's been going on. That's kind of all I had to say. With that said, we're gonna get back into the normal schedule. Gonna start doing some Conan stuff. I do want to do some Ark stuff. I just don't really have much to work with. I've kind of covered all the guides. Might try and do some builds. For God's sakes, I even think that the dinos on my servers probably starve to death. I fully expect that to be a thing. I should have probably cryopotted them, but it is what it is. As I said in a previous video, I think I'm going to end up focusing more heavily on Conan, just because Conan does seem to have more updates coming out than Ark, and Ark's pretty quiet, has been for the last year, not a lot going on there, and that kind of makes it difficult with regards to making content. But yeah, this was just a nice break, and it's time to get back into the game. We got to carry and push forward, and so I will see you in future videos. Of course, I will also be adding new content, so for those that haven't kept up with the news and stuff with regards to the channel, I am planning on doing a little mini series, if you want to call it. We'll see how it does, but a little vlogging mini series where I kind of just vlog the things that I do to the car. I am going to attempt to do most of the things myself, just because, you know, that I thought that would be a good skill to pick up, something to keep me busy when I'm not making videos. And it's going to be something that is going to be maybe once a month to maybe every 2 weeks. We'll see how that works out. But that is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it, and until next time, stay safe, especially around this whole COVID situation.